Hey Matt, I'm afraid maybe I misled you with the stripes, but we don't really have time to really change it now, so we're just gonna cut it up with stripes and actually cut the model up, and then you can just cut those. So what I did was I just went in here and just drew a curve representing the shape of the stripe. Really you could use the original cutting curve, which would match that surface exactly, or just fool around and get that. And then I'm just gonna copy that. Excuse me. I'm just going to copy that down in the size of my stripes. So let's just go with there's. Okay, be down in a sec. Just basically you're going to be drawing your stripes. I'll just do it quick because you need to get going on it, and then you know make make the levels of your stripes. So the line itself isn't the stripe. It's actually, you actually are going to cut a piece. So let's call that, right? So you see each in here is what you're looking for, not the line. You can't make a line thicker. Anyway, so let's just do that. Extrude, cut it across, and and then I'm deleting my lines, but you might want to keep those around. Anyway, this has remained a solid. I didn't explode that, and then I'm just going to do a solid split and go through and pick all the cutting objects. Right click. Okay, let's get rid of the cutting objects. And now your model basically has the stripes. We actually cut them into it. And so now you can just pick each one of these, and in here the layer you can actually color each object because they're an actual solid object now. So um, I misunderstood when I saw you trying to model the stripes. I thought you needed them modeled on there, so I started cutting it up. But you might want your model to not be all cut up like that, depending on what's supposed to happen with it. And then um, in which case what you're really talking about doing is applying a material, but we don't really have the time to get into creating a striped bent material like that, which would actually just be a bitmap. That all comes from up in here when you get into the material editor. So then you would have your whole surface. We would explode that surface out, and then you would come in here and you would apply a material, and you could edit them. This would basically just be a striped material, not a textured something. It would just be the red stripes in the shape that you want. Then you would apply them onto your sphere, and can get very complex with how to manage materials and make them bend and flow along the surface and stuff. We don't really have the time anyway. This is just a quick way now for you to get stripes on your model that you have. Talk later. Bye.